Hello, team. Welcome to the Strong, Healthy, Happy podcast. The podcast that teaches you how to build a strong, healthy, happy body with an anti-diet culture and mental health approach. I'm Liz Campbell, owner and trainer at M12 Fitness. Let's get on with today's episode so you can start building a strong, healthy, happy body.
Wow, our first episode ever. Hello, team. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you are going to enjoy this podcast. And of course, if you want to see anything on it in the future, feel free to get at me on, say, social media. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at M12 Fitness Liz, or you can just simply send me an email at m12fitnesscalgary@gmail.com. And yeah, I would love to hear what you think of the podcast, as well as what you would also like to hear in the future. What would help you out is basically what I'm asking. All right. So you're listening to today's episode basically because you want to know more about me. So let's just kind of get the boring stuff out of the way first, and then we'll dive into why I do what I do. So like the intro said, I'm Liz Campbell, owner and trainer at M12 Fitness, based out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada. At M12 Fitness, we offer personal training as well as an online fitness service called the Home Workout Community, as well as 10-day fitness courses you can take on your own time to build the strong, healthy, happy body that you are looking for. I'm a CanFit Pro certified personal training specialist, healthy eating and weight loss coach, and prenatal and postpartum exercise designer. And actually, at the time I'm recording this, I'm actually also working on my functional training coach certificate as well. Just some little random facts about me before we get going. I'm a sister, daughter, wife, daughter-in-law, cousin, friend, and coworker. I'm a military kid, so we moved around quite a bit. When I was younger, my dad spent 37 years in the Canadian Air Force. And that's actually what I named my business after. So M12 is actually what they used to call my dad when he was in the Air Force, because my maiden name is, wait for it, it's really long, Micklethwaite. A really nice long English name, but it is M with 12 other letters. So they used to call him M12 instead of having to call him Micklethwaite at work. That's actually where the M12 Fitness name came from. My favorite place on earth to visit is Salt Spring Island, BC. My favorite food is sushi. I also played the piano for 10 years, and not to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm a really good driver. Friends have told me so I'm just going to kind of go with what they've told me. Also, at the time I am recording this episode, I have a day job. I'm also a radio producer for a couple of radio stations, also based here in Calgary, which kind of makes this podcast long overdue, considering audio editing and production is literally my day job. You think I would have kind of hopped on this trend just a little sooner than this. So I've been a personal trainer since 2016, and there were a couple of reasons I decided to get my certification so I could help you build that strong, healthy, happy body you're looking for. One reason I decided to become a personal trainer is because in the late fall of 2015, there were layoffs at my company. Several people were let go from our office, including one person from my immediate team. And it really made me realize that could have been me. I had no plan B, and that day made me realize that I just really needed one. Having always loved fitness in some capacity, I realized personal training was the route I most likely wanted to go. Another reason is, and I'm about to get pretty personal with you here, team. Another reason is, once upon a time, so before 2015, I'd say this was probably closer to maybe like the early 2010s, somewhere in there. Once upon a time, I didn't treat my body very well. I was the party girl. I'd go out multiple times a week with friends. I'd have several drinks at a time. I'd eat food that wasn't very nutritious. It wasn't necessarily bad food, but it was something that I shouldn't have been eating all the time. I would also drink to excess often. And needless to say, I was a little bit of a mess. I was tired all the time. I didn't sleep well. I had little to no energy. My muscles and body ached. I knew something was up and that I needed to change my habits. I was working out, but it wasn't often. I'd go to the gym and run on the treadmill for maybe 10 minutes twice a week, which is fine if that's good for you. That was not making me feel the way that I wanted to feel. So I knew that just fitness wasn't really the answer I was looking for. Once I realized I needed to start taking way better care of myself, I started on the pursuit of how to start feeling my best. It was a slow process. I'm even still to this day just trying to look for that optimal, best feeling of health. But even feeling those small differences kind of along the way made me realize what actually taking care of myself was going to do for me. So those were the main reasons I became certified in fitness and nutrition, to learn these things, to apply them to myself. And once I started listening to what my body needed, I started to feel amazing. Once you start feeling like you're sleeping and your joint pain goes away and you're no longer having gastrointestinal issues, you just start to want to kind of share that. And that's one thing that basically I started M12 in order to share that with you. I want you to start feeling as amazing as I have as well. So went through the process, became certified December of 2016. It was December 22nd. I do remember that vividly because not only was I super excited, but actually my now husband proposed literally the day after. So it was a big week for me. I got my personal training certificate, all this, got engaged. So that's a time that I will never really forget. So after certification, when I started marketing my services, I turned into that trainer. I'm sure you know the one that promoted toxic diet culture messages like, get a flat stomach, look sexy in a bikini, lift this, sculpt this, flatten this, don't eat carbs, they're bad for you. Because in my ignorance, that's what I thought fitness was. That's what we saw. That was the message. That's the message we were bombarded with for so long. And like I said, in my complete ignorance, I thought that's just what fitness was. So I continued on with that message until I was called out for it. And really rightly so, now that I know better. I was called out for that. And I realized after speaking with people and kind of doing my own research, I realized I was perpetuating a very toxic and potentially dangerous message. Finding out how heartbreaking and eating disorder inducing that message can be, there was absolutely no way in good conscience that I could spread that message anymore. So from then on out, I promised myself I would never market my business in a way that made anyone feel bad about themselves. And that's why today at M12 Fitness, we are anti-diet culture with a mental health focus. That's also where the M12 Fitness motto of building a strong, healthy, happy body came from, because it brings all of those things together. Build your strength, nourish yourself properly with healthy food while still enjoying the food that you also like as well. And then happy body, of course, comes from building up your mental health, which fitness is actually very, very great for. So that basically means that regardless of which type of service you choose, whenever you work with M12 Fitness, personal training, the home workout community, our 10-day fitness challenges, you're going to get stronger and healthier and happier as you go. From my own experience, one thing I believe in is feeling great from the inside out. If you look a certain way, but you're tired all the time, you're unhappy, you're weak, your hair is falling out, your nails are brittle, that's not the way to live. My goal for you is to feel strong, healthy, and happy while seeing what amazing things your body is capable of, nourishing yourself properly, and putting less emphasis on appearance. That is what we stand by. That is what we will always stand by, because this message needs to change, and it needs to change now.
That's our episode. Thanks so much for your time, team. I always appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed today's episode, I invite you to like, share, subscribe, and I would truly appreciate a review if you feel so inclined to leave one. Check out what M12 Fitness is all about and what we offer at m12fitness.com. That's m12fitness.com. And find us on Facebook and Instagram at M12 Fitness Liz. Thanks again so much for being part of the team, and I'll be back with more soon.